listen to me closely, because I am not going to repeat myself. And quite frankly, I am sick and tired of watching you drown in a puddle of your own making. Look around you right now. Really look. What do you see? You see walls that you do not own. You see a car in the driveway that belongs to the bank. You look at your phone and you see a curated feed of other people pretending to be happy while they are drowning in the exact same silent desperation that you are feeling in the pit of your stomach every single Sunday night. You know that feeling. The Sunday scaries. That heavy, suffocating dread that starts creeping in around 4 in the afternoon because you know that in less than 12 hours, you have to drag your physical body out of a warm bed to go and trade the most valuable finite resource in the universe, which is your time, for a currency that is being printed into oblivion by a government that views you as nothing more than a tax ID number and a pulse. You are a rat. You are running on a wheel that was designed by people smarter than you, richer than you, and more ruthless than you, specifically to keep you moving just fast enough to power their dreams while yours wither and die in the corner of a cubicle. We need to have a very serious conversation about the American dream, because what you have been sold is a lie so colossal, so monumental in its deception, that it makes the greatest Ponzi schemes in history look like a child's lemonade stand. You have been conditioned since the moment you entered the public education system to be a good employee, to be a compliant consumer, and to be a faithful debtor. Think about the trajectory of your life. You go to school for 12 years where you are taught to memorize facts, sit still, raise your hand to speak, and ask for permission to use the restroom. Then, the system tells you that you are not good enough yet, so you need to go to university. You need to take out tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars in non-dischargeable student loan debt to get a piece of paper that qualifies you for an entry-level job that barely covers the interest payments on the debt you took out to get the job in the first place. It is a perfect circle of stupidity. It is a closed loop of servitude. And you walked right into it with a smile on your face, because everyone else was doing it. This is the herd mentality. This is the behavior of the masses. And if you look at the statistics, the masses are broke, the masses are medicated, and the masses are miserable. The average American cannot cover a $1,000 emergency expense without going into debt. Think about the fragility of that existence. You are walking on a tightrope over a canyon of ruin, and you are juggling chainsaws, and you think you are doing okay because you have a subscription to Netflix and a leased SUV. That is not wealth. That is anesthesia. That is cheap dopamine designed to keep you sedated while they harvest your life force. You are what I call the premium poor. You have the trappings of a middle-class life. You have the stainless steel appliances. You have the oversized kitchen island. You have the branded clothing. But if the paycheck stops coming for 2 months, just 60 days, your entire world collapses. You are not free. You are a highly paid slave with better amenities than the guy sleeping under the bridge, but you are both shackled. Your shackles are just made of gold, and they sparkle when the light hits them. So you think they are jewelry. They are not jewelry. They are handcuffs. Let us dissect the enemy here. The enemy is the system. The enemy is the culture of consumerism that has weaponized your own psychology against you. Do you know why you feel the urge to upgrade your iPhone every year? Do you know why you feel inadequate if you are not driving a car from the current model year? It is because billions of dollars have been spent researching exactly how to trigger your insecurities. They know that you are a social animal. They know that you fear exclusion. So they have created a game where the only way to play is to spend money you do not have, to buy things you do not need, to impress people you do not even like. And the scorekeeper in this game is your credit score. Oh, how I despise the credit score. The credit score is not a measure of your financial health. It is a measure of your obedience. It is a measure of how profitable you are to the banks. A high credit score just means you are a really good rat. It means you borrow money and you pay it back with interest on time over and over again. You are the perfect host for the parasite. The wealthy, the truly sovereign individuals, they do not care about their credit score in the same way you do because they do not rely on toxic leverage to fund their lifestyle. They use debt as a tool, a sword, to carve out empires, while you use it as a rope to hang yourself. Now I want to get into the cold, hard, cruel mathematics of your situation, because numbers do not lie. People lie. Politicians lie. Your broke brother-in-law lies. But math is the language of the universe, and right now, the math says you are losing. Let us do some napkin math on the typical American life. Let us say you make $75,000 a year. You feel like a big shot, right? That sounds like a decent number. But let us strip it down. Taxes take 20% off the top, minimum. So now you are down to $60,000. Then you have your housing. The rule of thumb says 30%. But in this market, you are probably paying 40% or more if you live in a city with actual jobs. So let us say housing takes another $25,000. You are down to $35,000. Then you have the car. The average car payment in America is hovering around $700 a month. That is $8,400 a year. And that is after tax money. That is incredible. You're working nearly 2 months out of every year just to pay for the metal box that takes you to the place where you make the money to pay for the metal box. Do you see the insanity? We are not even done. You have insurance. You have fuel. You have maintenance. Then you have food. And not just groceries, but the Uber Eats, the happy hours, the convenient coffees because you are too tired to brew your own. Then you have the subscriptions, the gym membership you never use, the streaming services, the cloud storage, the little $10 cuts that bleed you dry. By the time you get to the end of the month, you have nothing left. You have zero margin. You are running at red line constantly. And because you have no margin, you have no ability to take risks. You cannot quit your job because you need the health insurance. You cannot start a business because you have no capital. You cannot invest because you have no surplus. You are trapped in the rat race not because of bad luck, but because of bad math. You have signed up for a life that is mathematically designed to keep you poor. You have bought into the lie of payments. How much is the monthly payment? Asks the rat. The sovereign individual asks, what is the total cost and what is the opportunity cost of this capital? When you finance that furniture for 0% down and 0% interest for 24 months, you think you won. You think you beat the system. You did not beat anything. You just committed your future cash flow to a depreciating asset. You promised away hours of your life in the future to sit on a couch today. Every single debt obligation you have is a claim on your future time. It is a lien on your freedom. When you add up your mortgage, your car notes, your student loans, your credit cards, what you are looking at is a prison sentence. You have sentenced yourself to 10, 20, 30 years of hard labor just to get back to zero. And the worst part is, you did it voluntarily. You walked into the cell, locked the door, and swallowed the key because the cell had Wi-Fi and air conditioning. Let us talk about the premium poor concept again, because this is where the ego gets destroyed. You have to understand that looking rich is the fastest way to stay poor. The guy you see in traffic in the Porsche, statistically speaking, he is leasing it. He does not own it. The bank owns it. He is renting the appearance of success. Real wealth is silent. Real wealth is stealthy. Real wealth is the freedom to wake up in the morning and do whatever the hell you want. But you are obsessed with the symbols of wealth rather than the substance of it. You want the Rolex, but you do not have the time to look at it because you are too busy working to pay for it. You want the big house, but you only see the inside of it for 2 hours a night before you pass out from exhaustion. You are trading your life for things, and things are dust. Things are rust. Things end up in a landfill. If you want to escape this madness, if you want to sever the chain, you have to become a financial extremist. You cannot escape the rat race with moderation. Moderation is for people who want to be average, and average in America today means broke and unhealthy. You need a radical 5-year battle plan. This is not a hobby. This is war. You are fighting for your life. You are fighting for your soul. Phase 1 of the escape plan is what I call the purge. You need to cut your life down to the bone. I am talking about scorched earth. You need to look at every single expense that leaves your bank account and ask yourself, is this keeping me in the cage or helping me break the bars? If it is not a survival necessity or a tool for income generation, it goes. Sell the car with the payment. I do not care if you have to drive a rusted bucket from 1998. If it runs and you own it, it is a freedom machine. If you are leasing a luxury car, you are a clown. Get rid of it. Cancel the subscriptions. Stop eating out. Stop buying clothes to impress strangers. You need to lower your burn rate to the absolute floor. Why? Because the lower your expenses, the faster you buy your freedom. If you can live on $2,000 a month, every dollar you make above that is a soldier working for your liberation. If you need $10,000 a month just to keep the lights on and the creditors at bay, you are vulnerable. You are weak. Phase 2 is the income sprint. You cannot save your way out of the rat race on a minimum wage. You need to increase the velocity of money coming into your life. But here is the key. You do not do this by climbing the corporate ladder. The corporate ladder is a trap. It is a greasy pole. By the time you get to the top, you are old, and they fire you for someone younger and cheaper. You need to acquire skills that the market values and pays for directly. Sales, copywriting, coding, consulting, high-ticket service delivery. You need to detach your income from the number of hours you sit in a chair and attach it to the value you create. You need to work your day job to survive, and then you need to work your night job to build your escape tunnel. This means no weekends off for 5 years. This means no vacations. This means you're grinding while your friends are partying. They will call you obsessed. They will call you crazy. Good. You want to be crazy. Normal people are broke. You want to be an anomaly. Phase 3 is the debt annihilation. You attack your debt with a ferocity that scares people. You use the avalanche method or the snowball method. I do not care. Just kill it. Every dollar of debt you pay off is a guaranteed return on investment equal to the interest rate. But more importantly, it is a psychological victory. It is reclaiming a piece of your future. When you make that final payment on your student loan, when you send that last check to the credit card company, you will feel a lightness in your chest that you have never felt before. That is the feeling of chains falling off. That is the feeling of sovereignty returning to your body. Phase 4 is the asset accumulation. Once the debt is gone and the income is high, you do not upgrade your lifestyle. This is where most people fail. They get a raise and they buy a bigger house. This is called lifestyle creep. and it is the cancer of wealth. You stay living in the shoebox. You stay driving the beater. And you take that massive pile of cash you are generating and you buy assets. You buy things that pay you. You buy rental real estate. You buy dividend-paying stocks. You buy small businesses. You buy Bitcoin if you understand it. You buy freedom. You are building a machine that prints money while you sleep. The goal is to get to the point where the income from your assets covers your basic survival expenses. That is the crossover point. That is the moment you win the game. That is the moment you can walk into your boss's office and say, "I quit," not out of anger, but out of indifference. Because you do not need them anymore. Phase 5 is mental sovereignty. This is the hardest part. You have to deprogram yourself. You have to kill the employee mindset. You have to stop looking for a savior. No politician is coming to save you. No government program is going to fix your life. You are the CEO of your own existence. You have to take extreme ownership of every outcome. If you are broke, it is your fault. If you are unhappy, it is your fault. If you are out of shape, it is your fault. This sounds harsh, but it is actually the most empowering thing you can ever realize. Because if it is your fault, that means you have the power to fix it. If it is the system's fault, you are a victim, and victims are powerless. Do not be a victim. Be a victor. You need to understand that this 5-year plan will be the hardest thing you ever do. You will be lonely. You will be tired. You will doubt yourself. Your family will tell you to relax. Your friends will stop inviting you out because you are no fun anymore. But let me tell you what is waiting for you on the other side. 5 years from now, when those same friends are still complaining about their boss, still stressed about their credit card bills, still dreading Monday morning, you will be waking up on a Wednesday with no alarm clock. You will be drinking coffee on your porch, looking at a view that you own, planning a day that belongs entirely to you. You will have the ultimate luxury, the ability to say no. You can say no to meetings. You can say no to toxic people. You can say no to anything that does not serve your purpose. That is what we are fighting for. Not a Lamborghini, not a mansion, but the sovereignty of your own time, the ownership of your own mind. Most of you watching this will not do it. I know the statistics. 99% of you will nod your head, get a little hit of motivation, and then click over to a video of a cat falling off a table or some celebrity gossip trash. You will go right back to the trough. You will go right back to the slaughterhouse. But there is 1% of you, maybe less, maybe just one single person listening to my voice right now, who has had enough, who is physically sick of the mediocrity, who feels the rage burning inside them. This message is for you. You are the glitch in the matrix. You are the one who is going to chew through the cage. So here is the pact. If you are ready to commit to this 5-year war, if you are ready to suffer now so you can live like a king later, I want you to leave a specific comment below. I do not want generic applause. I want you to write, "I am sawing off the golden handcuffs." This is our code. This tells me that you understand the sacrifice. This tells me that you see the illusion for what it is. It means you are willing to look like a fool to the world for 5 years, so you can live as a master for the rest of your life. Do not type it if you do not mean it. Do not lie to me and do not lie to yourself. The system is betting against you. The banks are betting against you. Your own biology is betting against you. Prove them wrong. Kill the rat inside you today. Start the purge. 5 years? The clock starts now. Get to work.